Hello, Star Bear Cubs! Welcome to another Messages from Spirit. For those who felt drawn to this message at this time, and for those whom it resonates, this is a general message, as it's not directed towards any particular zodiac sign, but purely for those who find this message when they do. For any other information about this reading or the decks that I use, please check the information box below. And if this resonates with you, I would love and appreciate so much if you hit the like button, subscribe, share. You can also hit the bell, which will give you notifications every time I post my next video. I just want to share with all of you, I had a light bulb moment the other day. Want to hear what it was? I realized that the light had burnt out in my room, which is why my more recent readings have been slightly in the dark. So I changed the light bulb and ta-da! We have better lighting. That was my light bulb moment. Ba-dum-bum-ching! Also, I am going to point out, I'm aware of the hideous state of my nails. I don't usually wear nail polish, but over the summer I had some time on my hands and I was bored and I started putting it on. And then I just put on this really not good kind, and it made my nails yellow. So I've been sort of stuck with putting nail polish on ever since to cover it up, but I'm really not a nail polish person. I'm a musician, and so that really just doesn't work for me. So I've decided I'm gonna just be carefree and vulnerable and naked and just admit full out that they're not at their greatest right now. So I apologize for that, but I don't want to cover it up anymore. All right, now that all that's out of the way, let's get started with our Messages from Spirit reading. What does Spirit have to tell us today? For whoever is drawn to this reading at this time and from whomever it resonates. I'm going to try to make these readings a little shorter, as I do want to do 4 or 5 a week. I didn't get around to the pick-a-pile this week. That takes quite a lot more time to do. I do, however, want to start making a more predictable uploading schedule, or follow the schedule that I actually made anyway. Well, we got a lot of these cards today. We've got worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. So releasing any expectations of the outcome, of the future, and because that is what worry is. It's anxiety about what has not yet come to pass. Of course, you could also be concerned about something that has already happened, but in this case, it's about something that has not yet happened. We have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. It would seem that there's some adversity, some challenges, some conflict, some tension, and some worry. Something that you're worried about that is maybe something that you can't change, but you just need to learn from. That could be what we're getting here. We also have humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So despite what's going on, to find the humor in the situation. I was just thinking about this earlier, how I was watching some of my videos and I was watching the blooper reels and wondering, does this make me look less professional if I put the blooper reel in and basically reveal my mistakes and quirkiness and weird things that I do when I think I'm alone? But I realize it's funny. It makes me laugh, and I hope that it makes my viewers laugh as well. And so I'm just going to keep doing it if there's anything worth sharing. But yes, humor is... Oh, this is really interesting. I did a blog series about the Fool's Journey, the Hero's Journey, which is basically the story that the major arcana of the tarot tells, from starting at the beginning with childlike innocence and wonder, taking a leap of faith into the unknown, fresh start, new beginnings, and then all the steps of the process and the cycle until the very end, which is the world, where you learn your lessons, close the chapter, and start a new one. That whole cycle. And actually, to quote myself, my explanation of the importance of the fool or the clown, the comedian, or even just to be somebody who sees the lighter side of things, the lighter side, is the understanding that life is hard and it always will be, so why not just laugh as much as possible? I'm actually misquoting myself because that's not quite how I said it, but it's that idea, right? It's the idea that we need humor. We need humor to get through the worry and adversity of our lives, and we also need empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. So clearly there's a challenge, there is some conflict that is really drawing you in. Conflict that's really drawing you in. You're worried about it, maybe you're losing sleep. Maybe you even feel you're being attacked and you need to defend yourself. But there's also the need for empathy for the other person as well. Maybe they also feel attacked and the need to defend themselves. Who knows? Let's keep going. This is getting juicy. We have don't let your past hold you back. South Node. I know I've talked to you, or you, I've talked about this in my readings in the past, which is the idea of the South Node and the North Node. South Node being where you come from, your roots, your upbringing, your behaviors that you fall back on, your comfort zone. So in this case, it's being suggested that you're perhaps being held back by what's comfortable, what you're familiar with, your sort of autopilot behaviors, your go-to behaviors, whatever you do to get through, whatever you do to get by. There's some element of that here going on. Not sure if it's connected to this other storyline. And then we got a time to give rather than take. Now, this card always confuses me because it's not necessarily about being a taker and having to give things to people because you're always a taker. I actually got this card in a different reading, a personal and spiritual growth reading, where it turned out to mean that it was time to give out your own energy to the world rather than taking and absorbing the energy from all around you. So it was sort of implying that the taking was not good. It was not a positive way of receiving. So it's not like you're being selfish necessarily. But let's dig a little deeper, see if we can find out more about that. I have no idea how this is all going to tie together. We got Loyal Heart, which is 35, and 5 and 3 reduces to 8, which is transformation into a new way of being. It is the energy of movement from one state to another. Evolution and continuity is what 8s mean. And from the book it says, the essential meanings are fidelity, loyalty, you don't say, and devotion. The Oracle's message is evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. So there's a difficult situation that you are in right now that is causing you worry, some kind of conflict with another person. And you're being invited to maybe see some humor in the situation, feel empathy for the other person, because it would seem that maybe there isn't anything you can do about the situation as it is. I do notice this as well. Interestingly, the symbol of the South Node strangely reminds me of these two owls. It's like the two heads of the owls and their bodies. Perhaps there's something about your past. Perhaps in the past you have been betrayed, and so you hold back your loyalty. There is someone in your life who is loyal to you, and perhaps you don't trust that they are, but you're being told that they are. And maybe it's something you worry about. Maybe the adversity is just you not trusting them. And maybe because you don't trust them, you're not giving your loyalty to them. And it's a time to give rather than take. I don't always read from the Moonology booklet, but I feel nudged to do so today. When this card comes up, it's time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you and where do you want to go? The new moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests you make that restart a clever one that's simple and well organized. Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it. So if you've been unwell, this card suggests that your health is on the up. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapy, so add these into your routines now. However you've been feeling, if a situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're overanalyzing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less what someone else can do for you and to think more about what you can do for others. Oh, wow. One of the additional meanings for this card is the person you're asking about is reliable. Okay. I think that's the message for you. Okay, so there's someone in your life you're not sure you can trust, so you're not giving your full loyalty to them. I'm not sure if this is a relationship message or just a general, if this is a friendship message or a work partnership message, or maybe it's a family member. There's someone who you feel you can't trust, and you've been feeling worry and anxiety about it, but they actually are someone you can trust because they have a loyal heart, and so you're being encouraged to be loyal as well to them. Whatever form that means. I noticed too that these are the same shades of green, different decks, same shade of green, more or less. So I don't know if this means, yeah, this situation's been weighing heavy on your mind, this relationship, this friendship, partnership, whatever it is, has been weighing heavy on your mind. And you're being invited to just be lighthearted about it. Maybe have more fun with this person. Try to laugh with this person. If it's someone that you maybe, okay, maybe they're loyal to you, but they sense that you're closed off to them. And, you know, sometimes people close themselves off when they feel someone is closed off to them. So their boundaries go up. It would seem that perhaps there's a misunderstanding between both of you. And so you're both kind of closed off to each other. And, and actually, you know how I said this, this reminded me of the owls. In this picture, if you look in a very abstract way, it's like they're looking away from each other. That's just how I see it. That's just how my brain works. But like, it just, to me, it looks like two owls facing away from each other compared to this picture. I don't know if you see it or not, but, so you're both sort of looking away from each other. But I think there's the desire to make it work. But I think because there's this closed offness and defensiveness around, can I trust this person or not? I want to trust them, but they seem a little bit closed off or guarded. I think because you both feel that with each other, it creates a situation of adversity. But this is definitely not something to give up on or walk away from. It's just, it's like the perception of a problem, and worry isn't going to help, because you only worry about something when you feel like you can't resolve it or think of a resolution, a way to come together. So there's no point in worrying about it, because I think it's very easy to solve. I think it'll just be a matter of talking to that person, having empathy for them, trying to see their side of it. Maybe ask yourself, how would they maybe have perceived this thing that I said or this thing that I did? Maybe, you know, okay, speaking from experience, I'm a Scorpio, And so I was very much more, when I was an unevolved Scorpio, I was very protective of myself. And anytime somebody hurt me or rejected me or showed me that they didn't support me in some way, it was very easy for me to just shut them right off emotionally and cut them out and walk away and not look back. And if I felt like that I couldn't trust someone, I would talk in a way that would push them away even further. It might not have been how I wanted to talk to them, but I might make a sharp remark. If they complimented me, I might deflect the compliment, for example, just to create more distance. I hope that makes sense to someone, but I feel like that's what's going on here. It's a conflict that doesn't have to really be there. That's the sense I get. It's a conflict that is kind of created by both of you being defensive and not really understanding the other person. This is really interesting. And yeah, your past experiences of being hurt by others and betrayed, left out in the cold, whatever it is, has led you to be the kind of person that doesn't trust easily, doesn't open up easily. And look at this picture, the egg with the heart. It looks like a paper heart door, and it's slowly opening. It's not fully open though. It's like halfway there. It's almost there. You're not really sure yet. You're not really sure you want to open it all the way. You're kind of, you don't see if these owls represent the pure-heartedness and loyalty of the person. If you're inside of this shelter and you're kind of opening the window a crack to see, is it safe to peek out? Is it safe to open all the way? I don't know. And the papery aspect of it also indicates the flimsiness of your barrier, that you want to take it down. You want to just rip it right down, but you're letting your past hold you back. So, just open it all the way is what Spirit is saying. We haven't even got to the tarot portion. I'm not even sure we'll need it. But I'm just going to get one more card here before we get into the tarot part. All right, we got wind activation. Yeah, so wind is connected to air, which is connected to thought, truth, clarity. Communication. There's the need to communicate with this person, which is what I said. And this card is an encouragement to get active, to get out there, to do the thing you need to do. It's literally an activation. If you think about a windy day, if you went outside, it was really windy outside, it would like knock your hat off or push you to walk faster. And if you're going against the wind, it makes it harder to walk. So wind is really, really powerful. It's a powerful moving force. You're being invited to act, to communicate. Don't wait for the other person to clear it up. Just be the one to do it. And I think what you're being told is that it will go well. It will be received well. All right, so for the next portion of the reading, I will do the tarot, and I'm going to do a different kind of spread than I've done in the past. And it's a sort of a simpler version of the Celtic cross. There's going to be 5 cards. The card in the middle will be you right now. And the card underneath is going to be the external influences. The card above will be the internal influences, your thoughts and perceptions. The card on the left will be the recent past, and the card to the right will be the near future. This is not predictive, however. This would just be one possible outcome. Okay, the card on the bottom is the Chariot, which is forward motion, quick changes, taking control of the situation, taking the reins, and deciding to, in this case, deciding to communicate, which is what the wind card was all about. It was about going for it, being the one to make the first move and talk about the trust issues that are between you and this other person. So taking the reins and leading the horses in the direction you want to go, which is, in this case, clarity, understanding for each other, Okay, so this is what we got. So you right now, this is strength. Interestingly, we got 2 lions, I have to say, which is courage, pride, and loyalty. To me, lions mean loyalty. So I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, now I made a mess of everything. Okay, so we have strength first. And this is about self-love, yes, and it's about needing strength in order to do something. It's about asking yourself, how hard do I need to fight for something? In this case, I feel like this relationship, partnership, friendship in question is worth fighting for, worth communicating and trying to fix the issues at play. It's also about being fearless and not having any worries. This woman is beside a lion and she's not afraid at all. And she actually has a level of influence over the lion. She can, in traditional tarot, it shows her opening his mouth very calmly. Lions also represent strength and power and protection. So in a time of adversity, it would be great to have a lion by your side, or a spirit lion, the energy, the archetype of a lion by your side. So this could mean that you are anticipating what needs to be done, but you're worried about it. I think that was already revealed, that this is something you're worried about. So that's what this card is saying, that you're calling in your strength to deal with this issue. And then the external issues are at play is the 3 of water, which is the 3 of cups. And yes, this is about a friendship that we're talking about, and this is a card of friendship, or, you know, partnership, whatever. But it is a card that symbolizes loyalty, and it could indicate a third-party situation, which means something outside of both of your control, something that influences the relationship between you both. But so and in this case, it could simply be the misunderstanding, the fact that you're both being a bit defensive and protective of yourselves. And if you look at this picture, she sort of looks like she's trying to push it away. She looks like she's wants them close, but also doesn't, keeping them at a distance. It's also a card of just having support, being supported, and celebration. So the external influences could simply be that the support is there. There's no danger. I think the fact that this is an important relationship or friendship is why this is important for you. Your internal influences are love. In the traditional tarot, this would be the Lover's card, which would have a man and a woman on it, implying a couple. But I like how in this deck, the Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron-Reid, it's more about self-love and shining like the sun, clarity. And there's again the lions, which is loyalty, which we talked about before. It's interesting. I think you're at some of the adversity is just with yourself. How you are right now is you're sort of interpreting the lion being potentially dangerous. And it's interesting, in this deck, she looks a little bit timid, actually, a little bit fearful of the lion. But in the traditional tarot, the woman is just looking down at the lion, smiling and getting him to open his mouth, knowing he won't hurt her. But interestingly, in this deck, she does look a little apprehensive. Should I pat him on the head? Is he going to bite my fingers? So that's how you're feeling, and needing the strength to trust that the lion won't hurt you. But your internal influences, I think you know it's safe. So you're actually at war with yourself, how you interpret the world, your perception of the world. The world's going to come back and bite you, or this person is going to come back and bite you. But inside you also know that you're safe when the situation calls for it. Certainly there are those who will come back and bite you. But in this particular case, the conflict that you feel is unnecessary. This person in question, the first person you think about, someone who is important in your life, and you can tell there's a bond, there's a reason that you are in each other's lives, but if there's some confusion or some apprehension about what their intentions are, you can be sure that you are safe. They are loyal and true. This, of course, won't resonate for everyone, but this is just the sense I'm getting now. Okay, now, your recent past is the Fool card. I was just talking about the Fool card, wasn't I? And how we need the Fool in our lives to bring humor into situations that are just so hard. So it's interesting, this is the energy of your recent past and not, for example, your advice. Maybe in the past you took a leap of faith with someone and you were burned. Maybe you told a joke that was inappropriate and wasn't received as well as you thought. Something about the past, or maybe you were literally called a fool. I may have to pull a clarifier on that one. And just to finish, the near future is the Patience card, which is Temperance. And Temperance, patience, of course, it's about divine timing. I think this will get resolved in its own time. So be patient with the situation. It is worth it. Anything that you are called to wait on divine timing for is definitely something worth waiting for. Whatever the issue was that made you doubt each other. Be patient and be empathetic and show your loyalty and communicate and all those things. But temperance is the idea of taking two different elements and mixing them together to make something even better. It's the energy of experimentation. Try a little of this, a dash of that, mix them together. Is that going to work better? No. Let's try a little bit more of this. That kind of energy, that kind of sense. It's also about balance. It's about healing. It's about divine intervention. It's about alchemy. Taking two things and mixing them together to make something even better. So whatever this relationship, partnership, friendship is in question, it is destined to be greater than what it is. So give it a chance. Don't give up. But primarily, don't be afraid to show your loyalty. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. I am going to pull a clarifier though on the Fool, the recent past. Oh, I see. Okay. I got the Knight of Swords, which my personal interpretation of this card, and it's been coming up a lot. If you've seen one of my readings from last week, I mentioned it there as well. To me, the Knight of Swords means communication coming in, incoming truth and communication, and it's quick, and it's just, and he's unafraid. So it's the courageous bringing forth of the truth regardless of the consequences, because look, he's just charging forth, and there's a little bit of arrogance, there's a little bit of not thinking before acting or speaking in this case, but it's the truth nonetheless. However, it was in reverse. So I think actually I should have remembered that there are no reversals in this particular deck. So this could very well mean that you did not take a leap of faith in the past. You did not take on the energy of the Fool who just went forth with wild abandon. And so the Knight of Swords in reverse means that communication has not happened. That you have not yet cleared up the miscommunication, the misunderstanding between you both. You did not take that leap of faith. There's a lack of trust, because a big part of the Fool is there's trust. He jumps off the cliff and just expects he'll land safely, he'll survive. But there's the lack of trust there. Oh, interesting. It's funny, this card came out as I was talking about a lack of trust. And look at that, it's the Strength card from the traditional tarot deck. There's the woman I was talking about, very bravely enticing the lion to open his mouth. I don't think this is a clarification for the recent past. I think this is just further reinforcement of the idea that you can trust. You can trust this person. Not everyone is going to bite you. Look at all these lions. My goodness. 2 strength cards. Love. Lots of love. Lots of loyalty. Remember, lions are loyalty. And so that's the message I have for you. I don't know that I can get much more than that, except that you are being encouraged to clear up whatever confusion is between you and another person. Understand that you are both loyal people who don't trust the other person to be loyal. And you're being encouraged to make the first move and take the action towards making amends. Crack some jokes. Share some laughs together. Have empathy for that person. Perhaps you are more alike than you think. Okay, so we got the cheetah. Get clear on your intentions, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. And that is precisely what the Chariot card is all about, what that means. So that's an interesting clarifier for that. And it's also the idea of the Knight of Swords, quickly going towards your goal to state your intentions. So in the past you haven't done that, so you're being encouraged to do that. And the wind activation is also that very idea as well. We got mouse, and I love the layers of this. So it says you're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what's going on. But what I get from the mouse actually is, you know that story about the lion and the mouse, and there's a lion caught in a trap, and the mouse goes to save the lion. He chews through the rope to free the lion, and otherwise the mouse would be the prey of the lion. Oh my goodness, there's a really neat tie into this, right? The mouse would be something that would be a lion's plaything, which would be a lion's prey. You know, cats play with mice, chase mice, kill mice. But this mouse put his life at risk to free the lion from the net. And in turn, the lion became the mouse's loyal friend. Oh my goodness, this is so neat how this happens. I love when Spirit's message just becomes so clear. You know, it just takes me a while. It takes me, a few cards to get there, to get my light bulb moment. But yes, the lion becomes a loyal friend to the mouse because the mouse took a risk. Took a leap of faith, did what other mice might call a foolish thing. He took a risk and freed the lion, which could have led to the mouse's death if the lion decided to chase after it. But instead he became a loyal friend. And oh, I just love that. I love the synchronicity there. Okay. And we got elk. Stand tall, maintain your dignity, no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. So yes, just have faith that it's the right thing to do, and you will be treated, it says dignity and respect, but also you will be treated with the love and loyalty that you deserve. And last, I'm going to close with a crystal card, Crystal Spirits. To close the message, tie everything together or give further clarification or encouragement. Okay, I absolutely am loving the synchronicities here. So we got 3 cards. First one is Amber, which by the way is number 3, which by the way syncs with the 3 of Cups, the number 3, which is the number of slowly building foundations. It's the number of friendship. We got healing family patterns, releasing karma, preserving the wisdom gained by the lessons of the past. Yeah, the book actually says that. Well, it doesn't say it in that voice. That was just me. The families we come into as infants and the ones we grow up in offer us experiences that yield gifts, lessons about love, about resilience and forgiveness, and about our own power to leave behind old ways and embrace the new. Our current families do this too. By exploring our relationships with family members, we can discover our own strength and wisdom. Now you can read this as family members or friends or partners. Amber Spirit is here with a message to reconnect with a wounded story you still recount, one that is a legacy of your family. Can you heal this story and instead tell one from the perspective of love? Oh my goodness, I am not making this up. By the way, yes, I didn't mention this before, but this energy of defensiveness, of pushing away others, friendship, pushing away people that you could be trusting, but you aren't sure if you should. That energy does come from past wounding, which most definitely can come from your family. How beautiful is it to alchemically change the experience of family? I'm sorry, this reading is getting really long, but remember we talked about patience being temperance. I'm going to make a real nice mess of all of this, but I don't even care. We talked about patience being temperance and how that's alchemy. Mixing two things together to make something even better. Oh, this is just like exploding in fireworks of synchronicity and patterns and coincidences. Okay, going on. This way you may receive and give love within a family / friend or work partnership or relationship, as defined by the heart and the magic of the conscious universe, who sends people your way to make sure you have the caring and affection you need and deserve. Friends can be new family. So for some of you watching this, the person you are having trouble deciding if you can trust or not and putting the walls up against a little bit, may be somebody fairly new in your life, and it sounds like they maybe were put in your life for a reason, and you can trust them and let them in. Reflect today on the love you have created for yourself and how precious you are, a gem like no other. Reflect on the family surrounding you, the guides and manifestations of the conscious universe here to support you and send you love, love, and then some more love. Look to those who choose to offer you this gift, for they are your human and animal family. Ah! It actually says that. Animal family. Remember I talked about animal spirit guides and how the lion can represent that as well. Unreal, unreal. Okay. Sorry, I don't usually get this worked up during readings, but this one's doing it. Draw strength from knowing strength. Okay, sorry. I know you know this card is here, but I have to pull it out because forget this. I'm just gonna make a mess. Draw strength from knowing that love shows up always to bring you what was missing in your own family in the past. This balm is available for you to heal the family wound that was hurt for too long. You know, that might be just the reading right there. Maybe this whole story I wove was for some of you, but this is like the reading right here. Okay, that's my mess. Here's Amber. It was all nice before. I do like to keep it nice, but that's just going to waste time. Okay, the next one that came up was Celestite. And by the way, 5 and 1 reduces to 6, and 6 is the number of the Lover's card, or the choice, a decision to make. So there's another synchronicity. So Celestite, each of us is a unique expression of the conscious universe, whose endless imagination is also expressed through guides and angels. Did you know that these entities are eager to help you find balance and align yourself with the conscious universe so that you experience all you deserve? Ahem, the patience / temperance card. Celestite spirit is here to help to let you know that you are always connected with magical beings from the angelic realms. Beings that are especially gifted at showing us what the eyes don't always see. Your message today is to be open to the guides and angels all around you, above you, and below you. They are loving and supporting you in finding your purpose and feeling joy, love, and hope no matter what your outer conditions. You have all you need and are always accompanied by these entities who are devoted to bringing love and healing to all of us when we are feeling alone and weak. Today, connect with the angelic realm by calling upon these loving guides to light the path for you and help you become conscious of the unconscious gifts that are there for you now and always will be. Beautiful. And last, we have Raw Morganite. The essential meanings of this card are sensitivity, gentleness, empathy, Compassion, the gift of vulnerability. Didn't we talk about being vulnerable? We did, like the mouse. And self-forgiveness. No matter how hard the rock, over time, water can alter it, making a path where there was none before. Ah, this rock is like your boundary, your wall, your defensiveness. The appearance of this crystal is a sign that this is a time for you to embrace your sensitivity and gentleness. Like a gentle lion. There's no need to be forceful when you can simply be open to what you are entitled to receive. Allow yourself to be vulnerable as this crystal spirit appears in raw, unpolished form, finding strength in knowing that you do not have to engage in battles that serve no one. Yeah, that was, you heard that, right? The strength word came out again. You are able to handle whatever dramas are in front of you right now. Your exquisite sensitivity will serve you well, for it allows you to see things as they are. The conscious universe will be gentle with you. Oh, by the way, seeing things as they are is also the owl energy, what owls do. They see right through the BS. They see through illusion. They see through deceit. They see truth. The conscious universe will be gentle with you, and Rob Morganite's spirit is here to let you know that you are not alone and you have a solid foundation beneath you. So express your gifts of empathy and compassion. You are stronger than you know. Oh my goodness. There's just so much bursting from this reading. There is so much energy. I don't know if you can feel it. All these connections and synchronicities. So yeah, I think this is so much deeper than I thought. But this is like the whatever boundaries, walls, defensiveness, shell, hard casing, armor, shield, whatever you call it, whatever you have brought with you from your past, you need to let that go when the situation calls for it. If there's somebody in your midst who you don't trust but you could trust, don't let your past rejection, fears, hurts, betrayals, don't let your past push that person away. Yes, don't let your past hold you back, but don't let your past push away opportunities and relationships with people who are meant to be in your life now. Wow, look at this mess. This kind of looks like my brain when I'm in super creative mode. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. I really hope this was helpful and that it made sense. It was kind of all over the place, and the message kind of revealed itself in its entirety at the very end. You know, sort of like divine timing. So, don't give up on this situation. If, again, this doesn't apply to everybody, but if any of this resonated, and if you are in a friendship, situationship, partnership, relationship with someone, and they came to mind during this reading, if you feel like you can trust them, but you're not entirely sure, and it's causing some conflict and some tension, then you know what to do. Don't need to rehash it all, but you can trust them. It's safe. Blessings on you as you go forward fearlessly, like the fool, like the mouse. Take a leap of faith and trust this person, trust your instincts, and build a bridge. Well, first tear down your wall, then build a bridge, and come together in loyalty and trust and love. Love and light to you. Yeah, see, you can really see it now. Blah. And in turn, the lion became the mouth. The mouth. Any time now. Anytime. Am I using the wrong deck or what?